The night was restless. The wind prowled through Old Town like a living thing, curling around chimneys, sharp, slicing pale light across the rooftops. Somewhere far below, a bottle rolled through the gutter with a lonely clink. A young orange spiral tabby crouched atop a rusted vent, her tail flicking like a coiled flame. Her fur shimmered beneath the moonlight, spirals of deep orange and gold winding like embers through smoke. Her name was Artemis, and the city called her the goddess of the hunt. She didn't hunt for food. Not tonight. She hunted for purpose. From her perch she could see the maze of the city, a patchwork of cracked rooftops, crooked chimneys, and the distant glint of the rail yard where the old trains slept. The humans called this place forgotten, but for the cats who ruled its shadows it was alive. A city that never truly slept, only dreamed. And tonight Artemis could feel something stirring in that dream. A scent on the wind, a strange, powerful, unfamiliar. Not prey, not predator, something else. Her whiskers twitched as she leapt from roof to roof, her paws silent against the slate. Rain from the afternoon storm still slicked the tiles, catching the reflection of the sky in ghostly fragments. Somewhere ahead, through the fog, a sound broke the silence, a deep, resonant growl that wasn't meant to threaten. It was warning. She froze. Out of the mist stepped a figure. He was larger than any street cat she had ever seen. His coat marked with bold, tiger-like stripes that gleamed like molten gold in the moonlight. His eyes were a fierce, burning amber, and when he moved, the air itself seemed to shift with him. His presence carried weight like thunder before the storm. Artemis's claws flexed against the roof. "Who are you?" she asked, voice steady though her heart raced. The striped Tom's gaze met hers, calm but sharp. "They call me Obelisk," he said. Then after a heartbeat, the tormentor. Artemis tilted her head, a smirk ghosting across her muzzle. "A name like that carries a lot of promise." "And danger," he replied evenly. "To both of us." The wind rose again, tugging at their fur. Around them, the city seemed to listen. Windows shivering, signs creaking, the alley below swallowing every echo. From the distance came a low, guttural snarl, then another. Shapes moved through the fog, lean, hungry cats with eyes that glowed sickly yellow. The iron fangs. Artemis's tail lashed. "You led them here?" "No," Obelisk said, lowering his stance, muscles tightening. "They were already hunting you." The first iron fang lunged from the shadows. Before Artemis could react, Obelisk was already moving, a blur of orange and gold. He met the attacker midair, slamming him to the ground in a crack of claws and teeth. Lightning fast, brutal. Artemis darted beside him, her movements graceful, precise. She struck not with rage, but with calculation, every claw finding its mark. Together they moved like a storm in rhythm, chaos and control, shadow and light. When the iron fangs finally fled, the two stood alone beneath the broken moonlight, their breaths fogging in the cold. Blood, not theirs, dotted the rooftop. Artemis glanced at him, her eyes glowing gold. "You fight like you've done this before." Obelisk's gaze turned to the horizon. "I've been fighting my whole life." "Then maybe," she said softly, "you've been fighting for the wrong reason." He turned to her, brow furrowing. "And what reason do you fight for, Huntress?" She smiled faintly. "For what's coming." A distant rumble echoed through the city, thunder rolling across the rooftops though no storm hung in the sky. The wind carried the scent of rain. But beneath it, something darker, older. The city was waking, and somewhere deep in its bones, the legacies of Tiamat and Slifer stirred once more.